Hello once again, Modweni Abstain. Hope you are well and keeping safe. Today I'm going to do the second last part of our sessions, and I really want you to take and listen carefully to these videos. Don't rush yourself, be kind to yourself, and remember we all study differently, we all understand information differently, so be kind to yourself. So once again, I am going to share with you and remind you of our three outcomes. Remember, you're doing the study strategies and exam strategies, which you're going to be looking at today. We're going into the exam strategies. Is You've acquired the knowledge now. You hopefully can remember and be able to apply what you have studied. So let's jump into it. And my name is Busi Huma. Right. So today we're going to do exam strategies or techniques, if you want to call it, and we're going to look at three main items or outcomes of the session, and these are the following: our exam timetable, how we tackle a question, our mindset before the exam, during the exam, and after the exam. Right. So it's very, very important that we continuously have a plan in place. So we call this creating an exam timetable. So an exam timetable is now getting you ready for you to execute everything that you have studied, everything that you have gathered, you've attended at this point in time. It is assumed that you've gone through all the study material as best as you can. And if you haven't, you can still be able to go to the key areas and really understand what you need for the exam. So before you set the exam timetable, it's very important to indicate clearly, the same way as we did our timetable, our study timetable, you need to be clear and precise. What are you going to be studying? What are the areas that you want to fix? What are the areas you want to polish before you go and write the exam? So the way I do it is I rate my topics within a module or a subject. So the ratings are 1, 2, and 3, and this will explain in the next slide. And it's very important that after ratings, you will start with the ratings of 3s and 2s, because those are the ones that you will see based on our description need most of your attention. So if you don't have a plan, you would not know how to score marks. So it's important that you have a proper plan. Now you need to make sure that as you're studying, when you are studying longer, do not stay in the library the whole day without taking a break. Have 3-hour sessions where you take 5 minutes break after every 45 minutes or every hour, unless you are doing a practical exam that you are practicing. In your timetable, as I've said, be clear to say what are you studying and indicate the subject and the objective after you finish studying. And resume, and after the 3-hour session, take a 15 minutes or a longer break before you start again. When you follow this process, you will come to a place where you've achieved most of the objectives for the day, because you've allowed your mind to be focused on exactly the goal post that you want to achieve. Now let's go to the ratings and how you rate the topics that you need to give yourself more attention to. This is the rating scale that I use. Level 1 is when you do a specific topic, you achieve more than 65% each time you do that specific topic or question. Level 2 is when you obtain at least 45%. Here, you need to make sure that the principles are really, really, really understood very well, and you identify the topic that is being tested. Level 3 is when you get anything less than 45%. Here is those topics that you are afraid to tackle, you don't want to see them, you pray, you send wishes the night before that you hope and pray that that topic is not being tested. And you do not want to go to an exam with that mentality. You want to make sure at least you cover all your topics, if not all of them. What is very important when you're tackling a question is have time. Have a clock, have time next to you so that you are able to know your time. Calculate your time. See how many minutes and know how many minutes you are required. If you're not sure how to calculate, ask your lecturer or your teacher how many minutes they give you per mark. Either 1.2 per mark or 1.5. So just get clarity from your lecturer. When you get your question and you have your question in hand, don't be quick to start writing. Have the courage and the boldness to pause for a moment, scan the question, look the layout, understand how many parts are there in the question, look at the details. They've given you maybe a set of financial statements. They've given you notes. They've given you a company that's overseas or is current locally as well. And when you are reading the question, I want you to analyze your question. And remember, when you were studying with this, you should have done your 30-second summary. As you are reading the question, there would be trigger words that will trigger certain principles that have been applied and facts that are given in the question. And this should come at ease because you know and can remember your 30-second summaries relating to a specific topic. The question will lead you in what type of topic is being dealt with, and this you'll find in the required of the question. So make sure you take time to read the required and allocate now the sub-times for each and every part of the question. Engage with your question and be agile, be imaginative, and adapt. You can see yourself. If you are the manager, be the manager. If you are a family business, be that part of the family that owns the business. Review and decide as you are writing, are you still addressing what is being required? And always check your time. Like when you drive, spot check, do spot check every now and again so that you make sure that you do not run over time in any part of the question. Ask smart questions and set the real target here. Make sure that what has been asked, you are going for it and you are giving the points as required. And keep it short, guys. Don't write too many paragraphs. Keep it short. One sentence per line, and be clear exactly how you want to give your answer back to the teacher or the lecturer. Now, lastly, I want you to have this mindset when you are writing the exam. Before you enter the exam, always have happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Imagine with all your mind, believe with all your heart, achieve with all your might. You're going to be your best, be at your best. During the exam, focus on you and you alone because it is about you and what you want to achieve at the end. Avoid comparing yourself with your friends that are sitting next to you. I know it is difficult. The eye wants to look at everything, but train yourself to focus on you. After the exam, if you could, just go get yourself some ice cream. All right? Avoid talking about the paper because this might create panic. You've done a question and you have applied a certain principle and your friend indicates something that you did not apply. This will cause unnecessary stress and you want to keep yourself at a happy place so that you look forward for your next exam. Everything of the best as you prepare for the exam. Wishing you well. Thank you and goodbye.